company finished with net sales 1.09% above budget, but gross margin finished 1.3% below budget. That's a $200,000 margin miss on a $15.4 million base. The question every CFO would ask is why? In this video, we're building this Power BI dashboard to answer that exact question. We're going to clearly show the drivers of this result, and this is the value add analysis that finance teams are expected to provide right now. Now, here's a problem with actual versus budget analysis. Your sales data comes in transactions like this, one row per invoice, thousands of transactions over the year. But your budget is by the month and often with different levels of detail than your sales data, different granularities, and that's a friction point. If you try to join these two tables together in Power BI without the right data model, you get the wrong numbers and missed insights. So we're going to build the model the right way. This data set is available in the description if you want to follow along. Just click the link. Let's get started. So we're here in Power BI in the Power Query window. As you can see, I've loaded in sales, budget, customers, and the calendar tables. I've also created a measures table. The first thing to notice about this data set is in the budget table, we have our budget numbers and we have channel code for our customer data. However, in the sales table, we don't have channel code. We only have a customer code. And this is quite normal in a transaction table. So to bring in as many details from the customer table, we're going to merge the two. From the Home tab, choose Merge Queries and merge the sales table with the customer code. Choose the customer name, the channel code, and the sales rep. And now we have some more details, which is going to help in our analysis. If you've loaded the data, just make sure all the headers are in the heading, and then also make sure all your dates are dates. And then close and apply. Power BI, we're in the model view, and we're going to create the data model. The first thing to do is to link the calendar table that you've loaded to the calendar in the budget, and that's one-to-many, and the date to the sales table. Again, one-to-many. Now, the next thing we want to do is merge the customer data, the actual and the budget. Now, there's channel code in both, but if we link those two, we get a many-to-many relationship, which is not what we want. So we're going to cancel that. And we're going to use our customer table to create a new table that's just going to be the distinct or the unique channel codes, and then link the two tables with that. So to get around that, we'll need one unique list of the channels. We're going to create a new table, and then that is going to be a link between the actuals and the budget. So we're going to create a new table, and in the new table formula bar, it's going to be called channel code, and it's going to be every distinct channel code from the customers table. Because we know our customers table includes all our customers, so that will give us every code. And now we'll be able to link our budget, one-to-many, and our sales table, one-to-many. Now our data between the actuals and the budget will be able to compare on the channel. Now our model is complete, and we'll be able to compare our actuals versus budget on time and customer channel. Now we're back in the report view, and in my measures table, I've created the following measures. They're pretty self-explanatory, so I won't be typing them out. We have our actual gross margin, which is the sum of our net sales minus all of our costs. So our labor, our logistics, our overhead, and our prime. Our measure for our actual net sales is the sum of the net sales in the sales table. Our budget gross margin is the budget net sales minus the budget costs. And the budget net sales is the measure, which is the sum of the budget net sales. And then we'll go down to our variances. We have our gross margin variance, which is our actual gross margin minus our budget gross margin. And that will also lead into our gross margin percentage variance, which using the divide function, we have our gross margin variance divided by our budget gross margin. And then net sales variance is our actual net sales minus budget net sales. And that leads into our net sales percentage variance, which is using the divide function, and net sales variance over our budget net sales. Now, two things I've also added in to the calendar table, just to make the visuals a little bit more concise. I put a month short column in, and that is this format to get a 3-letter month. And I've also put a month number in, and then I've sorted the month short on this month number. So it will be in the right order, but a shorter month name. Now to build the dashboard. We have our title and a slicer up the top for the year. The top two visuals are card visuals. Now the value is the main number, so this is the actual sales. And then the smaller ones are put in in the format, there's reference labels. And these are actually added in as reference labels. So for both the net sales and the gross margin. Now the look of these are driven by formatting that you can find in the reference labels layout section and the call out number section. I won't be doing these in the video, but if you'd like to recreate these, I will give you step-by-step instructions in a download so you can follow along. It does take a few steps, so I won't be doing these in the video. Now the next visual we're going to create is our monthly actual versus budget, and this has the toggle between net sales and gross margin. To do this, we have to create a couple of things in Power BI. First is a parameter. So under modeling, new parameter and fields. Call this metric selector. From the measures table, select actual net sales and actual gross margin. And then you can rename these by double clicking and taking out actual. Add a slicer and press create. That will then appear under the data. Now with the slicer selected, under options, make it a tile and make that smaller. And then take off the slicer header. And then under selection, make single select. Now we have to create a new measure. So in the measures table, add a new measure. And make sure this is the same name as you had in the metric selector. Under the first card, add in a line and clustered column chart. Normally you'd have the month at the bottom and then you have net sales and budget net sales to show it like this. But we're going to take those out and then use our new parameter and measure. In the column y-axis, put your new metric selector, which will give the net sales. And in the line y-axis, put the selected budget measure. Now with our new parameter, our slicer is linked, and if you click on the buttons, it will change between net sales and gross margin. So we'll just update some formatting. I've just updated the title of the chart, changed the line y-axis name to budget. I've also removed the axis names. Just move your toggle onto the chart and in format, bring to front. And then that will always stay at the front of the chart. And now the user can click. And as you can see, most months have actually met budget or just missed for net sales, but the gross margin is bouncing around. And that's what we really want to dig into. What are those misses on those gross margins? So we'll dig into those in a bit. But firstly, we'll just give a bit more context to our net sales. So in the bottom left, add a matrix. And in the rows, put the channel code from our new table, and in values, put net sales variance. Now we want this by quarter. So in the columns, bring in year period and take out day and month and year. And now we have our quarters. Now to format these numbers under visual and specific column, which is net sales variance, and we want to display these as millions. And then we want to create conditional formatting. We go to net sales variance and conditional formatting. So we want both the font color and the background to change depending on the variance. Then we'll add in a title, and we'll also add in a subtitle. Then we'll increase the size of the values and make them bold. In layout, in column width, grow to fit, and that will create a wider look. And then just update the headers. Under grid, in border, just select a light grey. And then to make it nice and spaced out, under grid, options and row padding, just increase it to make it go down. And there's a really nice visual of the net sales variance. Now, as we can see pretty quickly, our retail variance to budget is positive every quarter by quite a long margin. Food service, very close to budget. Grocery, quite a lot under net sales budget. So this is interesting. So now we'll look at the gross margin and see if the same is reflected there or if there are other issues brought up when we're looking at our gross margin. And to do this, we'll bring in a stacked bar chart, and on our build visual, we'll bring in our channel code from our channel code table and a gross margin variance. Now, as you can see pretty quickly, our food service is the issue here. To budget across the whole year, it's quite a lot under budget. Now we're going to format this to really showcase this result because this is the story that we want to tell management. And to do this, we're going to create a measure for the colors. So using our gross margin variance measure, we're going to give it the colors we want it to change to. Then we select the graph, and in format bars, conditional formatting, we choose fill value, and then we choose our new measure. And there we have it, a nice clear representation of the story we want to tell. Food service is very much under budget for gross margin, while the other two sectors are above. Now we're just going to format this to be as clear as we can. We'll turn our data labels on, and then we'll also apply conditional formatting to those. So in value, you just do the rule. So now in the bottom right, I've put in a text box. I've done some formatting, and I've put in the biggest management takeaways that our dashboard is now showing. Yes, by net sales, we met budget. We were 1.1% over, but the gross margin, 1.3% under. The big question was why, and we're showing that now. Food service is dragging our margins down. It's a big risk because looking at net sales, it's pretty much met budget, but gross margin, very far off. We have to raise this as a risk for the company to look into, to look at pricing or costs or operational efficiencies. This is what this dashboard's done. It's shown actual versus budget, it's shown the variances, and it's showing management why. And this is what finance teams are being asked to do right now. If you liked this video, please subscribe. I release one every week. I hope you've found this interesting. I'll see you in the next one.